We are talking about moths.
Because the opinions about moths are divided.
Very.
Is that the right way to say it? Well, I guess you know what I mean.
We know what you mean. So would you let a moth Uber you, like anywhere?
Yeah, sure.
What do you class as a moth?
A new player who is still exploring.
Would you still class someone as a moth if they've been playing for like a year?
No.
No.
No, at
Like,
some point you graduate from moth to sky kid. I mean, you're not immediately veteran. You don't go from moth to veteran. I mean, that's not even possible. Let's be real. But at a certain point, you're definitely not a moth anymore.
It's definitely possible if you like play the beginning of a game with your veteran friend and they basically just like, I am your sensei. You have now speed graduated to veteran because you have learnt from veteran. It turns out that veteran is just a sky kid anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, I see veteran as like someone that is really into the game anyways. So like, perhaps they make fan art, perhaps they like cosplay and stuff. That's the veteran by Sky Kid. Like Sky Kid is more your like really casual player. Like really casual, like they still play occasionally. But not every day.
I actually came across one recently.
Hmm.
They look like a moth because they simply don't care about the cosmetics at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the brown cape and the basic hair, and that's their character, and that's how they play. Um,
Why not?
and I saw them struggling with this carry spirit in Vault, so I was helping them out and offering them more help with emotes and all that. And eventually, I get out my chat prop and ask them if they are a new player, and they're like, "No, I've been playing for a year, just not very actively." And I was like, "Okay,
Cool.
they exist, the casual players."
It definitely does. I call it as a fan of the Chill Academy, the spinning mental mentality.
Exactly.
That
I was
should be
actually like, I wish I recorded this conversation. I would have loved to show him this. It's like people actually have this mentality. It's
is the
rare, but it's there.
Oh, I need to rejoin the server at some point. I should rejoin it at some point, but I need a little break from it. We're not going to discuss why, but we're discussing about moths. Anywho, we had a little conversation with one of my friends, and he was like, "You are not a moth. You are not a veteran. I do not know what you are, but you are definitely not a veteran." I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "You need to know the Eden skip. You don't know how to do the rocket thing. Um you you accidentally did a spirit wrong on live stream." I just gotta tell the story of me doing the spirit wrong. It is on live stream, you can go watch it. But
Mm-hmm.
I have a weird way of remembering the spirits. Sometimes I do not remember who the spirit is particularly, but I remember where they are. So I go to the area where they are and look for the glowing lights. I should have known when I just went near it, but I was just like, I totally forgot. Like, give me the tasks, and sometimes I forget halfway through what the tasks are. That's how bad my memory is. So I go
Oh,
to
mine
the
as well.
and it happens to be in the exact same area. The traveling spirit is there, and he have the exact same glow. So I went to the traveling spirit thinking it was the daily quest spirit, and I did it fully, genuinely thinking it was the daily quest one because I forgot.
Oh, that has happened to me as well. Especially before I knew that the spirit you're supposed to do lights up. And when I was just starting out with the daily quests and all, sometimes I would just relive this spirit, and I couldn't figure out what spirit I was supposed to relive, so I just did them all.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
So many hours wasted.
I definitely want. Oh my god, continue with this story. But anyway, you had the one to relive the spirit, so I ended up reliving the spirit anyways. And then I realized it was the wrong one because it didn't light it up twice, and I was like, it was really embarrassing because I was Ubering someone as well, and it was on live stream, and CJ was watching it.
Oh.
Really, was he watching it? He was doing the quests with me, but then there was a server split. Not only till after we did the quest, he turned around to me and said, I was watching you, you know. I am watching you. You didn't see it, you didn't see it. Oh, and he definitely brought it up again about me. I was like, I am not a moth. And he was like, you are a moth. And I'm like, a moth is someone totally new to the game.
Yes.
I am not totally new. But in your eyes, I am not a veteran, so I'm like, am I a veteran moth? A moth veteran? He's like, how does that work? I do not know how such a thing. How does this work?
Does not compute.
It's Mercury again. It's hilarious as well when we were having that argument. I was literally out with my other friend, and I was just telling him about the argument, and he was like, we was just out just getting chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Just waiting for my order from McDonald's, just me on the Discord, like, we're arguing whether I'm a moth or not.
I wonder how that sounds to people who don't play Sky.
It's in general, it's really fun. uh, oh dear. I don't know whether to invite Spinning Mentor to my Discord.
Why not?
Why not? Oh yeah, here we are. Oh my
I
god,
mean,
you so much.
what?
You typed a whole paragraph. I know Eden, but you were asking CJ if you're an actual veteran, and he classes you as a veteran. I know
Mhm.
that shortcut. This is you. Eden shortcut, Piggy Rocket Trick, and Chibi Falls. So out of those, I know Eden. I've heard a little bit about Piggy Rocket, but if I don't see it in the game, I don't know it. You know. And Chibi Fall, I've heard some glitches you can do with the Chibi mask. I know about
Mhm.
bounds, and that's it. That just reminded me. He got someone on YouTube. I was just in the comment section like, I know how to krill dodge on the Switch. And he turned around to me and called me the krill dodging master. And I told CJ that, and he laughed at me like, you a krill dodging master because you can do it on the Switch? Like, apparently it's hard. But anyways. However, I never complete a trial by myself, like, ever. He actually never replied since then, actually.
Actually, he did. Wait,
Wait, where is he?
let me read along. Um,
When did
it's in the
he? Oh,
general
yeah,
chat.
okay. That's veteran standards for me.
Yes, that's what he
Oh,
said.
he
So
called.
apparently, according to CJ, you're not required to know the trials at all. You're not required to be able to finish them at all, and you can still be a veteran.
But at the same time, he called me a moth for not being able to do it.
He's
I
being
literally
hypocrite.
lied with him. And he was like, you can't do it. And I'm like, I know I can't do it because one, I don't like platforming. Two, I don't do them much. Because of the first reason. Like, most of my favorite games are not platformers. What a surprise! I,
I also think I'm a bit traumatized by trials because I immediately tried them as a moth when I was still not very skilled with the controls and all, and sometimes the controls don't work perfectly at all.
oh yes, oh my god, it's so annoying. Okay, there's two areas in Wasteland. You know, that little castle bit where you first go into the first krill.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you push your sky kid to fall down like a hole, it doesn't go straight down, do they?
Does it
Well,
ever? Does it ever go straight down?
no, it just stays there for a little bit, and then you've got to go. Can you go down and not jump across to the other side for 2 seconds? I don't know if there's a place in the office to try and do it, but wait, can you
Wait
come
for
out?
me.
Wait, so say there's like a gap like this. I don't know if it'll do it here. But sometimes when you're at the edge, here you go, it's not doing it. Like if you're pushing forward on the edge, it won't let you fall down.
No, it does this weird out of balance thing.
Yeah. So imagine you're trying to do this while a krill's coming towards you and you need to fall into this little hole so you can hide from them.
I am literally jumping over the hole.
Exactly.
It will not let me drop down. And
Pain.
indeed, that gets pretty frustrating when there's a krill around.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wait, I forget. There's a room that's completely white.
Wow.
That would
This
never work as a screen.
this gives me isolation cell vibes.
Oh yes. Also, you can see out of bounds here if you turn the camera in a certain way. Wow, that's off topic. As I was saying, that's a very moth thing to do.
Oh
Oh my.
yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yes. So apparently I'm a moth. So with me being very mothish, apparently it's too scary to have me Uber.
Well, yeah, yeah, about that. Letting moths Uber. I mean, there are indeed those who are very strict about it. When you're a moth, you don't Uber ever, which I can understand to a degree. On the other hand, I think the whole purpose of the game is exploring, and you don't get your moth days back, you know? So um, I always try when I play with moths, um, I do let them Uber because they're the ones who have to do the exploring. And when they ask me to give them guidance, I will. But it has to be them asking for it. I will not just take their hand, drag them along, and just spoil the whole game for them because that's what I had happen to me. And it's just, um, I feel like
Yeah.
some veteran players have ruined a part of the game for me because they spoiled a
Yeah.
lot.
I'm good. That definitely happened to me when I first played, when my friend just dragged me straight through. The thing is, I weren't really paying attention, so I was like, I forgot what just happened. I'm gonna go through on my own and explore.
Yeah, that's I think that's the best thing you can do in
Um,
that situation.
I definitely had a viewer that was interested in playing Sky because I was playing a bit of Splatoon 2, and then I was
Hmm.
moving Sky next, and they wanted to play it with me, and I said, "You can play Sky. I will add you once you get to this area in the game, which you don't necessarily need to add them till that point." But I told them, "You need to get up to say like past forest before I can add you." So they got up to there. I played a little bit with them. Didn't really take them much. I took them to the island early, just for them to explore the island early. I just took them there because it's in the beginning area. Plus, we had tasks
Yeah.
there, so I took them there. And I was like, I'm gonna go off stream now. You better explore the game on your own. See how far you get without me. And I think they got to Wasteland on their own and they didn't get through it. So I did another stream and they wanted to join in, so I let them join in. I let them hold my hand because they wanted me to hold their hand, and
Hmm.
took them to do that carry spirit in front. I'm just gonna use the Krill's name. His name's Boris. We did the carry spirit in front of Boris, the one in the room, the first one you go to.
Oh, the chicken one.
Yeah, the carry one. That was a
Hmm.
daily. I made them do it with me because they probably need to do that spirit anyway, so I just got them to do it with me. What
Hmm.
did they try to do? Hey, I need to go AFK. Where did they go AFK? You know the little gold bit that stands out where the spirit goes? Where Boris just goes straight over. It went AFK
No, they didn't.
directly there. And I was like, you know what? They're a moth. They need to learn from the experience of this. So I just stood
Hmm.
there. I was like, nah, I ain't helping. Because when you're not holding their hand anyways, you have to go up to them and say, offer your hand. They have to give you. So I had no choice but to watch him anyways.
Yeah, there was nothing you could do.
Unless I just went in front of the krill and just krill dodged, but I just let him get krilled.
Well,
That's a moth experience.
at least you know for sure that they're never gonna AFK in Wasteland again because now they know how dangerous that is.
Hopefully not, but it was hilarious. I'm gonna be honest. It was funny. I shouldn't be laughing at it, but it was funny. I think it's because I'm a very cruel veteran. You know?
Well, the thing about going AFK as well, I mean, if I was in your shoes, I would probably laugh about it as well because they just go off AFK, leaving you there waiting for them, and you don't even get the chance to explain to them, like, this is not the place where you go AFK. At least let me bring you somewhere safe before you go off and do a thing or anything. So, yeah, I would also be like, okay, you learn your lesson then.
Me. The life of a moth. Great days to have had. And just like wanting the one cape.
Oh, yes, the one cape.
Where did you get that from? I am
Mm.
curious. I remember first starting and I always wanted this one call. And then I got it and I was happy.
Yeah, so ecstatic.
And also doing like certain emotes and stuff and you beg your friend to go and take you to the spirit to do it. Oh, I got a alt account on my phone till I had to like uninstall Sky because it was like too heavy, like megabytes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. My phone is just weird, but yes. But I had a little alt account for a while so I could get hearts. And
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely tricked my friend into them thinking it was another moth. So I was like, have you met my moth friend? And I purposely made my alt unlock it to where they could like talk or something like that. I don't think they could.
I've had that trick pulled on me actually once.
And it's just funny. And my friend,
Yeah.
ooh woo. Oh, our moth days are great.
Yeah, I miss that.
In some ways you miss it, but at the same time you're glad you're not that dumb anymore.
I was a dumb moth. I was such a dumb moth every now and then. My veteran friends would like I would log on and they would be there in home space and greet me and be like, "Hey Peach, here, hold my hand for the daily quest." And I wouldn't have even activated the daily quest yet. And I was like, "Oh, how kind, he's offering his hand." And I'd be all naive and holding his hand. And he was like, "Okay, you got it." And I thought he was talking about, have I got his hand? And I was like, "Yes, I've got you." So he let go again and he was like, okay, there you go. And good luck with the rest of your quests. And I was like, wait, what? Quests? Oh, that was a daily quest. And I would have to do it all over again.
Oh, God help you if that was a crab carry spirit. You know.
Oh, oh, so many carry spirits. I had to do like 3 times because it just did not occur to me that I still hadn't activated the quests.
Oh, I'm on about the certain one in Wasteland. Imagine how you do it and then you're like, oh shit, I haven't activated it, and then you got to do that horrible spirit again.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's happened recently to me. Not because I forgot to do it, it's because it glitched for some reason.
Oh, it does that a lot lately. Like
Yeah.
either
Oh,
that or the quests stay locked or whatever.
yeah. So basically, I did like one of the quests and it activated okay, but then like I think the game crashed or I went off for a little bit and then came back on to do the tasks again with like a friend, like the remainder of the task. Because sometimes I go on do one task and then I come off for a bit and then do something, and then for some reason the tasks weren't activated, even though I remember activating the tasks. So I was like, huh? I activated the door, but it's not activated, so I had to go back, activate the tasks again, then
Hmm.
go. Oh, the cat's here. Hello. You're letting yourself in, have you? Oh yes. When you
Oh,
task.
have I told you how many Eden runs I did before I actually started collecting Eden candles?
You did, but you haven't told my audience this, so it's
Well,
not.
do I have a story for you? So, I did already know that Eden was like the end goal, the end level, and I never really felt ready for it until I got to the last quest of Little Prince, um, which has you go to Eden, and I was like, okay, so now I have to go to Eden, otherwise I cannot finish this quest. So I took one of my veteran friends and told them I want to finish the Little Prince quest and I have to go to Eden for it, but it's also my first time Eden. Will you guide me through it? And they were like, okay, sure. So they dragged me along and dragged me through Eden. And I also completely misunderstood the quest. I thought I was supposed to save the prince um, and reverse him turning to stone or something. So I was looking at all these statues, and I noticed that when you click the icon, you give light to them. And I was like, no, I don't want to lose my light. So I stopped giving my light to the statues.
I kinda like how you're like, oh no, I don't lose my light, even though before you go into that area, it literally says, beware, you know you're gonna lose your light.
Yeah, I did not get that notice though. I wasn't very observant. I mean, I was already playing for a while, so I had trained my brain to ignore the tips that you get on the bottom of the screen. And that's where they warn you about losing your light when you enter Eden. So I didn't see that.
I've actually
So
never
I
done new phone. On the Switch, it literally just comes up as a massive message that you have to click off.
Oh, wow, that's annoying.
So, it's, do you want to continue and you have to press yes or no or something like that? It's like turn back
Right.
now. Not like a small little notification like you get with. Oh my god, they're so annoying. I wish you could turn
Oh,
them
you
off.
mean at the point of no return when you have to say you commit to entering?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that message did pop up.
Y-
But I was like, okay, I commit to entering, but I that for some reason, like once again, I was a dumb moth. It didn't occur to me that that meant I was going to die, basically. And so we go by these statues, and um, I click the icon on some of them. Then I notice that I'm losing light when I do that, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Let's not click those icons anymore. And I'm off looking for the prince and see where his statue is.
Oh, no.
Can't find him. Eventually, enter the storm with my veteran friend. who then tells me, "You're supposed to lose all your light. Don't worry. Don't be scared or anything. When you die, that's supposed to happen." So at least at that point, I knew I was supposed to die, and I died, and got 0 candles out of it, obviously, because I hadn't lit any statue. And then the end scene came where the little prince greets you at the white gate thing, and well, the little prince cutscene plays and makes me cry and all that. So that was my first Eden run, and I was like, okay, that was interesting. And then and that was also like the end of the story of the game. But then I heard that I believe that was around when my first traveling spirit came about as well, because you need Eden candles in order to progress through the tree, of course. So I was like, oh, you need Eden candles for this. How do you get or ascended candles? How do you get ascended candles? So that same veteran friend then tells me, yeah, you get them from Eden. And I was like, I didn't see any candles anywhere. Where do you get those? So we once again go through Eden in search of the red candles. And I completely pass by all the statues looking for red candles. And my veteran friend asks me, "What are you doing? Why are you running that way? And why are you running that way?" And I was like, "I'm looking for the candles." And they were like, "Okay, I guess. Suit yourself." And that still didn't ring a bell with me, like, okay, maybe that's not what I shouldn't be doing. So I die again, and again I get 0 candles because I still wasn't lighting the statues. And well, so I do the whole dying and getting reborn thing, and end up with 0 candles. And I was like, okay, I don't get it. Where am I supposed to get those candles then? And it wasn't until I went in again with a different veteran friend who then told me that you have to light the statues in order to get those candles, and it's the statues that convert to candles. And that's when it clicked. And I believe I had done like 5 Eden runs before I was told that it's the statues that give you the candles, and you don't actually get them from a special type of wax or anything.
Remember when
So
Little Prince Eden run? I panicked. You wanna know why?
why?
As we completed it, like got to the part where you die, like in the storm, the game crashed.
Oh no!
The game crashed, not just for me, but my friend as well. We're like, the game just crashed. So on the Switch, it's a bit more scary. It goes boop boop, crashed, and it exits out the game, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta go through Eden again.
Oh, that's horrible.
We didn't go through Eden again. It actually took us to home, and then we went to the bit where it can take us back to Eden, and it just takes you to the bit where you get up and meet the prince, but it made us panic so much. Oh,
Yeah, I can imagine.
oh,
That's the
dear.
worst. That's the worst time for the game to crash.
Oh,
Oh, have you been in Eden Hell as well? Where the game just doesn't exactly crashes, but it just does this weird glitch where you see the Eden storm all over your screen, and that's all you see, and there's nothing you can do about it.
no, I have not seen that, but I'm guessing something similar where we have like died, but then we're just waiting ages for like some random other person to finish, and you just like have to sit there watching. Like, I think I waited like 2 minutes or something for this moth person. They wouldn't go
Oh,
ahead.
the moth.
This moth person, they just kept hiding where this light was, not wanting to go ahead and light the other statues or something. I don't know why, but they just wouldn't go out and just, die like
I
you're supposed
know.
to.
I've had that happen to me as well. I've had that
I
happen. It's like, especially when they're moths and they go in alone, not knowing what they're supposed to do, and
they just
not
had
knowing that they're supposed to die from the storm. They hide behind that last light before the storm
yes,
forever.
yes. Um, this is during the more harder Eden now as well, with them updating Eden to be harder. It is
Hmm.
hard, and it was on live stream as well. My friend was doing it live with me, like on call, like this. And my friend had to go, so I had to try and continue it on my own. And I was just waiting for this one person to die. And I was like, can we get on to the next stage yet? Because the next stage is like 20 minutes long.
Hmm.
So I was just sat there waiting. And then finally a message comes up. The person hasn't chosen to die yet. Do you want to skip? And I was like, yes.
Yes, eventually you're gonna have to.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I need to continue about this moth person that won't move forward. Ah, Eden, no. Again, my friend took me through the whole game. So, yes. Very thankful for them because they got me into a game that I like. Definitely another game that's a coping mechanism, I guess, for the world horrors and such. Moth.
Hey, do you actually ever let moths Uber you?
To be honest, I've not really come across many moths now.
Yeah, that definitely makes it a lot harder to be Ubered by moths.
Yes, yes. Barely really talk to anyone else, really. I've mostly played the game single player in a way, unless someone really wants to initiate conversation with me.
Mhm.
Which most of the time when someone wants to initiate a conversation with me, is just say thank you or say that, hey, your music's really nice, thank you for playing. That's the only time I get a conversation.
Right.
Oh gosh. I told you about that the other day. I had a Japanese person just,
Hmm.
hey, that song, I really like it, thank you for playing it. And I assume they want to learn how to play it because they got their piano out, and I was like, dude, trying to learn how to play it. I am so happy that Sky's got a little translator.
Yeah, me too. That definitely makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. Like, they were like, hey, it's that song, I know it. It's the Time Gear from Pokemon. And I know a tiny bit of Japanese. I'm not fluent, obviously, so I just used a tiny bit of Japanese to say thank you to them. And I was like, you hear about these people in other countries, they get a bit nervous or whatnot if you like, oh, I speak English or something. Because I was like,
Hmm.
hey, if you want to learn it, I want to give you the music sheet, but they just. I think they got a bit shy and they're like, "Oh, I'm going now, though." I was like, "No."
I do
uh,
notice that most Asians are like that. They're happy to have a brief interaction with you, about your
Yeah.
music or about you helping them or them helping you or something. And then they're off and they don't wish to be ever seen again.
Yes. I think there was one other Japanese person that was actually talking to us in English, which was very nice, but we didn't see them again. But I made friends with a Spanish person. They pop on now and again, and I just help them out because they're a bit more of moth. So they would just ask like a question or something, and I would just answer. I think I had a similar instance with a someone was speaking to me in Italian, and they wanted to know where the Nintendo area was. So I just took them, and I was like, "This is where it is, but I do not have the cape. So if you know someone with the cape, you go here."
Yeah,
That was
that's really the only thing you can do for them, and you were still helping them out.
yes, we still help each other out. So especially when there's someone wanting to learn a song, especially if the song that I was playing I had to convert from a someone's like MIDI or something. It was one of those piano. Have you seen the piano tutorials on YouTube where it's just the lines going down on what key to press?
Yes, I have.
I basically followed one of those tutorials, went really slow through it, knew what letters they were, and then I put it into a Sky. I think it's called Sky Studio. It's basically a music where you can
Hmm.
make sheets of Sky. So I just converted from that into that. So I don't know anyone else that plays it in Sky. I've heard no one else play it, so I'm the only one playing it. So I'm like, if
That's
you want the
cool.
music, here you go. So that's another video thing I need to do is actually a tutorial on how to play it. I won't be able to use my capture card, however, because I can only use the Switch dock using it, and the music sheets requires a button press that I cannot do on the Joy-Con or this controller actually. So very touchscreen based song
I think that's the best way to play anyway.
for the chords, yes. If you're playing like a simple song and it doesn't have any chords, you're fine with the button controls, but
Yeah.
the screen, touch screen for chords.
I
That's
think
lo-
if I owned a Nintendo Switch, I would probably play handheld just so I
and
could play my usual songs.
handheld for your music and possible button press, but plain docked is absolutely amazing.
Oh, I can imagine. Like that would be awesome for basic candle running or the daily quests or stuff like that.
Especially through Eden and Wasteland and stuff. Any dangerous areas, it's better with controllers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have no experience with it, but I can imagine.
Because for
It's
one, you can
also
actually see where you're going.
it's also better for your back, I think, because I notice when I play on my phone or my tablet,
You,
I tend to hunch over, while when you're playing on a screen with a controller, you're keeping your back straight.
yes. Well, sometimes it really depends on your posture, anyways.
Yeah, I guess my posture could use some work as well.
I think we all could. Oh, so yeah, that's the moth talk. Anything else?
Well, you say you don't run into moths that much anymore, but if you do, would you let them Uber you?
Depends where it is. It really does depend on the location. Because if it's for Paris, sure. Forest. I will honk at them if they stay in the rain for too long. Valley, fine. Wasteland, do I trust a moth through Wasteland? Probably. But if I know they're gonna mess up, I'll be like, dude, no.
I'm currently at the point where I'm like, I don't mind losing a little bit of light. If they decide to hug a krill while I'm holding their hand, I'm gonna let them because I know how to get my light back. It's not a disaster to lose a couple of stars. And they need the experience, and I do want them to find things out for themselves and be able to explore, no matter how dangerous it gets.
Wasteland, yes, but no. Yes, but no, depending how I'm feeling that day. If I'm in the mood, I will, but and then Vault, it's basically an elevator, you're fine. Eden, depends.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it also kind of depends on the type of moth you're playing with, because there's different types of moths as well.
Really depend on the moth you're playing with, definitely.
And what they're trying to achieve, what they want to get out of the game, what you want to get out of the game yourself also has an influence on it, I guess.
Way to handle a moth anywhere is to not even hold their hand at all, is just to watch them. Just
Interesting.
from a safe distance, especially in wasteland. That's if you're scared of losing your light. But
I think that's actually a better strategy than mine, where I just don't care about the stars I'm losing and just hold their hand anyway, no matter how close they get to Krill. When you watch them from a distance, you can um, jump in and help them collect their stars back without having to worry about your own light.
yes.
I think that would be much more helpful.
Another thing that I would like to do when I know it's not too spoilery, I know it's more of a trick to teach them, but this is how I would play the game anyways, is that to do the trick in front of them, make them kind of want to learn to do it. So say if you're in Wasteland, you krill
Hmm.
dodge in front of them because they'll be like, wow, how can I do that? You know? Okay, there's that.
Yes.
So maybe
Sometimes I'll do that too, indeed. Sometimes when I'm guiding a moth who is not the explorer type but just wants to learn the game, I will just let them hang around with me for a bit and go about my daily routine, and they will see me do things and want to know how to do them. I guess that's also a good way of helping moths, guiding them, helping them learn to know the game.
indeed, yes. Anyways, it is getting late and perhaps we should call this podcast a finished for tonight. Tonight.
Yeah.
So, if anyone else has like discussion about moths, please do leave it in comments. It's interesting to know other people's stories and fun things. Do you follow the Mr. Spinning's philosophy?
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ra!
Bye now.